Good evening. This 843-acre oasis in the heart of Manhattan sits on land that 12,000 years ago was covered by a glacier. Tonight it's covered by nearly 8 inches of snow from a blizzard that hit the Northeast today, the first major storm of the season. It dumped as much as 1.5 feet of snow on parts of the region. 37,000 homes and businesses lost power. The wintry weather around the country this week is blamed for at least 15 deaths. We have a team of correspondents covering the blizzard. First, Don Dahler in Boston.
Massive flooding swept through Boston, turning streets into slow-moving rivers, sending water into restaurants and office buildings while forcing evacuations. Firefighters rescued trapped drivers. Life quickly became miserable for New Englanders used to harsh weather. Those who didn't stay indoors lived to regret it. This is a major thoroughfare in downtown Boston. The snow has been coming down so heavily and the wind blowing so hard that the snowplows haven't been able to keep up with it. Strangers stepped in to help even when four-wheel drive wasn't enough. In Brant Rock, Massachusetts, high winds sent frigid waters pouring over the seawall and into the streets. About 25 miles away in Hull, Massachusetts, cars were washed away by the rising tide. Further up the coast, in Scituate, wind and waves turned ice into projectiles. Town manager Jim Boudreau.
The ice that we're afraid is going to come up and actually act like shrapnel coming off the beach, so it's going to be a pretty wild situation.
This was a scene repeated all along the East Coast as drivers discovered the laws of winter physics in Maryland.
It's so slippery and icy out there, it's just, we're sliding everywhere.
In New Jersey.
Everyone stay in, don't go out unless you're essential personnel. Not good weather driving.
The storm was so fierce that despite fielding 1,500 snowplows, New York had a hard time keeping the streets and highways clear, and usually thick-skinned New Yorkers couldn't wait to get out of the cold.
It's too cold.
Tens of thousands of people have lost power up and down the East Coast, and with the temperatures now starting to plummet, there are serious concerns about how they're going to heat their homes. This storm is roaring northward,